Frank Szabo is running for sheriff in New Hampshire, and he believes that it makes sense to use deadly force to prevent abortions. Let's watch what he had to say.
The sheriff is supposed to be protecting the citizens. Deadly force is the last thing that law enforcement should be using. If a citizen's life is in danger, they need to be protected.
So what you're saying is, in the last case scenario, you would use deadly force to stop an abortion?
If that is the, if there's no other choice, that's what's needed to protect the citizen. Why is there a difference between someone who is 20 years old and their life is in danger versus someone who is 9 months in utero?
Well, I'll explain that to you in a second. But I love that in the beginning because he's like, look, it is the job of the sheriff to protect the citizens. That's why I would shoot a pregnant woman.
No, does he? But he's so moronic on so many different levels. Okay, first of all, the fact that he doesn't understand what irony is hilarious by itself. But I don't know if he knows this. If you use deadly force to stop a woman from having an abortion, that baby will also not survive.
I know.
You fucking idiot.
He's so dumb. He's like, you have to understand how pro-life I am. I'm willing to kill 2 different people to show it. Okay, and because he thinks that the fetus is a life form, but obviously Anna's right. I mean, forget the 9-month scenario. He would do it under 3 months, 3 days, etc. There's no way the baby's going to survive. You're going to kill the mom and the baby. What the hell is pro-life about that, you moron? Okay, and then second of all, look, he says 9 months, but at 9 months, the baby's being born.
No one's having an abortion at 9 months.
And it's not legal to have it at 9 months. It's not legal to have it at 8 months, 7 months, etc. So that's nonsense. But you know, before the baby can survive on its own outside of the womb, they always say like, well, it's alive just like any other life. But no, it isn't, because it can't survive without the mother. It's not an independent life form like everything else. If at 3 months or 3 weeks you take it out of the mom, go, ha yeah, and you put it in a petri dish, you know what happens? It dies, because it's not a life form by itself. It's just not. They don't understand that simple science. I mean, but expecting this guy to understand science?
I feel bad for those who make pro-life arguments because they get grouped in with lunatics like this. I believe that there are people out there who are pro-life, who are reasonable individuals, who do believe that it is a life form, right? But then you get grouped in with this idiot, and then everyone makes blanket statements about pro-lifers, right? Now, of course, there comes a certain stage in the pregnancy when that fetus becomes viable outside the womb. Okay, once that fetus reaches that point, if you want to ban abortions after that, I'm all for it, unless it threatens the mother's life, okay? Or if that fetus has significant birth defects or something like that where it doesn't have
It's not going to survive anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, look, viability, it's not an accident that we got to that as somewhat of our standard, our loose standard. You know, it's according to Roe versus Wade, it's 2 trimesters, but that's basically a way of saying viability. It's because if you're an independent life form, of course, then the mom does not have the ability, should not have the ability or the right to take away your life. So, you know, when a baby's born, for example, somebody still has to take care of it, but it doesn't have to be that woman. It could be anybody, right? Once the baby's viable, anybody can take care of it, then the woman does not have rights over it. But as long as it is not viable without the mother, it is dependent on the mother, it should obviously be the mother's choice.